Hey guys, it is Adrienne again. Oh God, I look at this. What is going on? Okay, here we go. You guys know every time I come on, there's always some kind of background noise, right? Okay, well, whatever. But I'm gonna wait a little bit to give some people some time to come on, and there's some things I wanted to talk to you guys about for last night's profit. So I hope you guys tuned in. Hey, welcome to the Periscope. Thanks for joining. If you watched last night, you know that the prophet was on, and you know I always have something to say. But there were some things that went down last night that made me think, you know, I need to do a Periscope because there are a lot of people who are in that couple's position who have gone through or are going through a growth thing right now. Hey, Doreen, thanks for joining. I'm gonna give time for some people to come on, and it is hot as all get out here today, and I'm getting I have to get dressed in a little bit and do my hair and everything because I have this big meeting that I was gonna be nervous about going into this morning, but you know what? I'm at peace, I'm calm now, and I'm good, and I'm like, yes, we're gonna do this, we're gonna rock this meeting today. Thank you to everybody just joining on. I appreciate you coming in. Be sure to share this Periscope. I never know where these Periscopes are going to go. I always start out with an intention of sharing a couple of tips and everything, and then I end up like really getting into it and deep into it and sharing some awesome things with you guys. But I appreciate you coming back and keep on listening to my content. So thank you for joining. But like I was saying, last night, hey Dana, thanks for joining. Hey Angelo, hey everybody that's coming on. Swipe it and share with your Twitter followers and your Facebook followers and your hello from Brazil. Hey Miss Net, girl, I'll see you on Monday. But yeah, that's a personal thing, guys. Hey Urban Star, hey Cynthia, thank you everybody for joining in. I look horrible. Hey, I'm not dressed. I have to get dressed. I'm getting dressed. I have to do my hair and everything. I have a meeting, as I was saying earlier to everybody. So I just wanted to jump on really quick because I wanted to scope earlier, but then I got caught up in some other things, and I had to do it now. So anyway, but yeah, the profit yesterday. So I was watching this show, and I love, you guys know I love Shark Tank, I love West Texas Investors Club, and all of those good things, and anything that has to do with showing a business who is, you know, struggling or trying to get funding or wanting to grow and scale, and that's cool. I love those kind of shows. That really, that's my thing. It's my obsession. But anyway, you know, the business advisor in me took a lot of notes last night. And if you were following my Twitter, you know that I went and I was talking about all these things on Twitter. You know, all of the points that I was making and all of the stuff that I didn't like that I saw. But, you know, there were a lot of things. When you get into situations with someone like Marcus Lemonis, who I love and respect, and so grateful he's followed me on Twitter. You know, when an investor is coming to the table with some money, they want to make sure that they're investing in somebody who has it together, who understands what it takes to grow that investment. You know, so it's no longer just about, oh, I'm growing my business. Oh, I need money so I can expand, or I can double my sales or hire people, whatever. This is a partnership. This is much like marriage, where someone is putting their money, their hard-earned money, into believing in your business. So when you have that blessing, that fortunate situation where someone is coming to you and saying, I believe in you enough to invest in your company to save it, you gotta play by the rules, okay? You know, I've been a business owner since 1994. Yes, I'm dating myself. And, you know, it's been the different businesses that I had, it's always started out as it's my baby. It wasn't until I got a lot more mature that I understood that you have to separate the business from the personal. You know, you always have to put your flair, your enthusiasm, your own true self into your business to be authentic, but you gotta be kind of detached from it in a sense. You have to be of the mindset that this is a business venture. This is a business. It's not your baby, you know, like I always consider my companies my babies, but this is an opportunity for you to grow a legacy. And if you don't want to take criticism or take advice, then don't take someone's money, point blank. Now, this couple was a lot more gracious than some of the couples that I've seen on, you know, that show before. But some of the things, I'm gonna give you 3 things that stood out to me. The first thing was, while I love the fact that they were emotionally tied to their business, that's beautiful. You have to be passionate about your business. They became a little too emotional about it. Like everything was a heart-based, gut-wrenching decision for them, you know. And it was really kind of sad to watch that in the beginning because everything had a sentimental value. So you can't get sentimental about your business. You just can't. Hey, Life KNX, thanks for joining. Hey, are you the one that had the baby? I think you're the one that was having the baby, but thank you and welcome anyway. But you know, you have to treat it as a business. Everything. Okay, good. Did you have the baby yet? Yes, it's you, or yes, did you have the baby? You guys, Life KNX is having a baby. Oh, she had a baby a week ago. Congratulations. Oh my God, that's such a precious time. And I just wish you blessings and much luck with the baby, with everything, with all of the children. But thank you. We'll have to talk some other time to find out how it went. What was I saying? Oh, sentimental value. You can't get overly sentimental about every little aspect of your business. If you want to grow, scale, and make money, you have to learn to let go sometimes. You just have to fall back, let go, let loose of the reins, and focus on producing value. You know, all the other stuff will take care of itself. Hey, Diplomacy, thanks for joining. So don't get overly attached and overly emotional about every single thing. You know, every picture had a story. Every product had a story. Everything had a reason behind why they can't. No, when you're in business and you're trying to scale, here's a good rule of thumb I follow a lot of times. It's fine to be a small business. I love small business. I've been small business. I have small businesses. And small business is the backbone of the economy. If you're okay and content with being a 1 or 2 person shop and it's just you and that's fine, you have no plans, just in a comfort zone, you know, make your own living, 6 figures or whatever, that is fine. I am not telling you guys that that's wrong, and I'm not telling you to deviate from that. However, when you are trying to scale and grow to a multi-million-dollar company, you got to change the rules. You still keep a lot of you in it, but you change the rules. Everything can't be so close-knit like mom and pop shops. You can't. I don't care what anybody says. It's just not possible. Well, it's possible, but very few people can pull that off. Let's say that. So I won't say it's impossible. The second thing that came to my attention was they went fast, full speed ahead into this acquisition plan. Now, I love it. It is beautiful when a company can acquire another company or acquire other locations or buy out, you know, whatever. I love that. Because it shows growth and it shows that they're like thinking ahead and they're thinking long term with their business. But they went too fast, too furious. You know, that was so cute to play on the movie. They went too fast at it. If you saw it, I know you know what I'm talking about. They were talking about acquisitions and had not even gotten profitable with their first location yet. You can't do that. It's kind of like, how do I like it? The way that they did it reminded me, you ever seen that kid in the candy store? And they already have a stomach ache and they already have their hands full of candy, but they're still grabbing at more candy, more than what they can tolerate. That is what they look like to me, putting it in the most basic, simple terms to me. You can't. That's like a person who says, okay, well, I need 4 cars. For what? You can't drive all 4 cars at one time. You gotta stay in your lane. If you are thinking about acquiring other businesses and scaling like that, that's beautiful. But one step ahead. You gotta do it. I'm one of those people, I'm one of those ready, fire, aim. And I know you guys have heard me say that before on my Periscopes. But I'm a ready, fire, aim. But that's over years that I've been like that and have acquired, I guess, a sixth sense in when things may work or may not work. And I know when to take the leaps and when not to. You know, I jump off some scary cliffs. You know what? I'm not even going to front on that. I do. But the older I get, the more strategic I get with what I do with my businesses. You have to. You have to. So if you're thinking about an acquisition plan, first learn how to be profitable in the first one that you have. You can't go to this one and this one and this one and want to buy up everything. This is not Monopoly. You don't buy all the houses and, you know, it doesn't work that way. So make sure that you get that first endeavor on point first. Then you focus on growing and scaling and acquiring. Because guess what? That first one is going to be the blueprint. It's going to be the model for how you build the rest of the company. So always make sure that you are tight on your first line, your first business endeavor. The next thing was, if you're moving into a location, and this actually applies to online as well, because some of you have online businesses, you have websites and things like that, but more so for bricks and mortar businesses. If you're going to move into a location, branding and image is everything. Do you hear what I'm saying? Branding and image is everything when you're trying to grow a business. their awning was atrocious. And it took Marcus going in and pointing it out and telling them, you guys, this doesn't make sense. This does not represent your brand. You know, and they're like, oh, we never got around to it. Let me tell you something. I don't have a bricks and mortar because I don't have the need to have one yet. It's in the long-term plans for Curvy Girl Closet, but not for Empower Me. Let me tell you this much. Hey, Miss Ned, you back. Let me tell you this much. When I do get a bricks and mortar, the first thing I'm going to do before I even touch a piece of the interior is get that outside on point. It's kind of like staging a house. You know, you go looking for a house and you drive past, well, if you're an investor, it's different. We're talking about if you're like a home buyer looking for your home that you're going to live in. You're going to look at curb appeal first. That is the first thing I look at with a business to decide if I'm going to walk in and explore and even patronize this business. Your outside, your exterior landscaping, your branding, your signage, all of that has to make a good first impression. You can't go, excuse my language, half-assed on it. You can't. So that really irritated me a little bit that they didn't want to do that. The next point that kind of got to me, which Marcus took care of, is their interior was all over the place. It was cluttered and packed up and everything was everywhere. Listen, I know when you have a company, when you have a business and you have a store, you want everyone to see all of your goods. You want everybody to see everything right out there. They can buy whatever. But check this out. That strategy does not get a lot of sales. It doesn't create a sense of urgency. So I love when Marcus told them, you have to be strategic about it. You put a little bit out and then you replenish. Sell, then replenish. You got to make it like that, because you see, we think like Walmart, they have everything out on the shelves. How many times have you gone to look for a product and you saw it was missing and you went to one of the clerks or the customer service reps and say, hey, I'm looking for XYZ. Do you have any in stock? And they'll say, yeah, we got plenty in the back. Let me go get a few. That is creating a sense of buying urgency. When people see that there are not enough on the shelves, they're going to be more inclined to go ahead and make a purchase. So when you have that scarcity, when you have a location, whether you're at a booth, a table at a vendor show, whether you have your own bricks and mortars, whatever it is, create that sense of urgency. You sell and replenish. Sell, replenish. That keeps it decluttered, and it makes it easier for people to navigate your store. For the website part of it, I like to put this in perspective. Let's say you have an online boutique. That's great. That's fine. I would put, if you use a cart, a back-end cart, like you're using WooCommerce or Magento or whatever it is, even if I have 20 items of a product, I'm putting 10. I let people know there's only X amount of these available, because it creates that sense of urgency. And I think that this couple didn't get that. They didn't understand that until Marcus broke it down for him. They thought that he was just trying to, oh, your place is messy. No, he was trying to create better sales strategy for them. The next point was, let's see. Oh, he pointed out something very, very great on this. When they did the redesign of the site, they had the commodity items. Those are like the everyday things. Like if you walked into Target and you see how they have the dollar section, or the things that people buy most, the commodity items. He had a whole wall for that. And guess what? The truck just went by again. Every time, I swear, with the traffic out here. I miss Georgia. I have a home in Georgia, guys. You guys know I'm in Florida right now. And I'm in an apartment in Florida, but I have my home in Atlanta. And I miss being out on my deck and doing broadcasts and videos and things like that in peace and serenity, because right behind me is woods. Right behind my house is woods. And I miss that quiet that I don't get here. Anyway, as I was saying, commodities. So anyway, that wall of commodities, and then the high-end purchase items that the team had, he put in its own area. So you have to separate. Like you wouldn't have 99-cent cups next to high-end Lenox china in a store. See what I mean? You have to separate them, because people shop differently. You may have people that are looking just for the bargains. You can direct them to that commodity wall. You may have people that are looking specifically for the high-end products. You ease them on over to the high-end products. And label everything accordingly. Not commodity, not high-end, but what it is. Like in their case, dog treats, nutritional products, dog food, nutrition, dog clothing, whatever, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. But you make sure that it's clearly identified so people know where they're going and what they're going to pick up. And then the last thing, the biggest thing for me that I wanted to touch on was the leadership thing. Oh my goodness, nobody follows a weak leader. Your leader has to be strong. Your leader has to be able to be decisive, make decisions in a snap moment. They have to be able to be accountable, and they have to lead by example. This company, this team, hardly ever visited their site. And the manager at the site was like, listen, I hardly see them. They never come in. Listen, we live in a beautiful age of technology. So even if you feel that you don't want to grace your location with your presence, which is a big mistake, and if that's how you feel, you don't need to be running a business. But there's technology. You could FaceTime with them. You can Google Plus Hangout. You can do Skype with them. There's all kinds of video conferencing options out there, private systems that you could use, and still be able to have that face-to-face. But your team has to be able to count on you. It's not enough. See, I said this before. People like to have the title of CEO, but they don't like to do the work that comes with it. And CEO does not mean I'm sitting up in an ivory tower in my office on my behind and not engaging with my workers. You can't be that. You got to be an all-in CEO. I love to believe, and I hope my people think this, that I am a hands-on CEO with my companies. I am involved in everything. Now, I fall back and I let people do what they are skilled to do. But you better believe they're responsible for generating my profits and my revenues. So I need to make sure I know what's going on at all times. And so do you as a business owner. Don't disconnect from your team. That is your first line of defense, because guess what? If they quit, bye-bye business. They are the ones that are holding it down for you every single day. They are the ones that are making big things happen. They are the ones that your customers see first. So why are you not in tune with them? You have to be in tune with them, and you have to connect with them and make sure that you are giving them your full 100%. You can't be a part-time leader. You can't be an absentee leader. You know, and I was so tired last night, guys. I was up the last two nights, Monday and Tuesday night, because, well, yeah, I'll say it. I'm not ashamed. I don't care. I listened to, one of my favorite R&B singers from the past. He has a show, and I listened to it, the 12 to 3 in the morning or whatever. And my sleep patterns were thrown off. So by yesterday, when, there was no show, I didn't watch. So when I got a chance to watch, I was exhausted. So a lot of stuff that came from my fingertips on Twitter, I didn't proof and I didn't recheck it, but I hope I shared some good tips in there. But this morning as I got up and as I was thinking about it, I was like, there were a lot of things I needed to get off my mind. And if I wasn't so tired, I would have done a scope last night, but I didn't have a chance. But those are the things I wanted to share. When you watch these shows, it's for entertainment value, yeah, but it's also for education. You have to take notes. You have to be open-minded. And here's a bonus one. In the beginning, I didn't think they were too receptive to feedback and criticism. And Marcus, you guys know I'm harsh. I tell it straight with no chaser. I tell you the truth about your baby's ugly as far as your business. I tell you straight out. However, Marcus is really more stern than I am with it. I don't invest my money I invest, but not in that way. Not with my business. I don't invest in companies like he does. But if you're investing in me to help you get results for your business, heck yeah, I have a standard that I'm going to hold you to. That's just who I am, and I'm not going to give you any less than my best. But they were not open to receptive to constructive criticism. Everything was a question. Everything was a fight. And I always tell you guys, question everything, challenge everything, but be open-minded enough to take it in the manner in which it's received and apply it. Apply what works and discard the rest. But don't just shut down and always think that you know the answers, because if you knew the answers, you wouldn't be calling in the professionals to come fix the problems for you. That's how I live. So, but that's what I wanted to share today. I have some other stuff I want to share, but I gotta get ready for this meeting. I have to be there at 1 o'clock, so I have to do my hair, I gotta get dressed and all the other stuff, and I gotta get cute, get my cute on. But thank you guys for joining and tuning in. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love and the hearts and the shares and everything. So I hope you watch the replay. And if you're watching the replay, please go ahead and share, swipe and share. And the next topic I guess I want to talk about is investments, getting investment dollars for your business, because there's some things I still want to clarify with you guys that I didn't talk about yet. So I gotta go. Wish me luck on my meeting, and I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.